If you're headed on a trip to Italy and have no idea what to wear or what to pack, I'm going to have you covered in today's video. I've been to Italy multiple times and checked out different regions from the north all the way down to Sicily. So I'm going to share with you my top tips for packing. And of course, if you want some outfit inspo, this video is going to be for you. Here are some quick tips when you are packing for a trip to Italy. Don't forget that Italy does have 4 distinct seasons. So if you are traveling in the summertime, it's going to be a lot more humid and hot than if you were going in November or December. During those months, it's obviously best to bring some light jackets and boots, and what you wear to Italy will depend on where you're going in Italy. So if you have a full-on trip that you're going to major cities and sites, if you're doing like Venice, Florence, and Rome, that's going to be a little bit more different packing than if you were doing mostly like a coastal trip or going to like the south of Italy, Puglia or Sicily. You're going to be packing more swimsuits and cover-ups, where the city trip, you're going to be packing a little bit more city wear, so sneakers and more comfortable style clothing. Next, Italy is a country filled with cobblestone streets. So if you are packing for anywhere that you're going in Italy, be sure to bring comfortable footwear. I will go into more detail on my favorite shoes to bring to Italy. So bring a sneaker, bring something that you can walk a lot in and walk on uneven surfaces with, and plenty of steps. Italy is not a flat country, let me tell you. And my next tip is to remember to cover your shoulders going into religious sites. So if you want to bring a little shawl with you or just wear sleeves on your clothes, you'll be fine visiting all of the amazing churches Italy has to offer. So before you're packing, just ask yourself these questions. It's going to help you out. What regions are you going to Italy? Are you going to need to be bringing some city clothes and some swimsuits, or just full-on sightseeing? Number 2, when are you going? Are you going in the middle of summer, or are you going during off-peak? And number 3, how long are you going for? Are you going for a week plus or less than a week? If you are going for a short amount of time, you can consider packing just a carry-on suitcase, or if you're going for a longer trip, you can definitely do a full-on large style suitcase. Now let's go over the types of shoes that you should be wearing in Italy. Shoes are so important, and that's why I'm starting off this video with what shoes to wear, because you're going to be doing tons of walking, and like I mentioned, the roads are not necessarily always paved. Like, you are walking on beautiful cobblestone streets that are ancient, and so you're going to have to watch like where you're walking, and especially so these cobblestones can be pretty slippery. So the first shoe that I recommend if you're doing a city trip to Italy is a full-on white sneaker. They are classic, they go with all of your outfits, and you can wear these to dinner. If you're looking just to bring one shoe, I think this one is going to take you far, especially if you're doing more sightseeing. I prefer to pack a more like fashion forward white sneaker. These quince leather sneakers are fantastic. I actually just wore these all over my trip in Japan, done many steps, and I didn't even need to break these in. Of course, I love my Dr. Scholl's time off sneakers. These are super cushy, and me and my mom actually wore these when we were both in Rome, so they worked perfectly in Rome. We did all the tours in these shoes and they were fantastic. I think these more simple white sneakers just have a more elevated look, and they're super comfortable. If you do insist on wearing like a full-on walking sneaker, something a bit more athletic, I would just go for one that is a bit more neutral in color. It's going to be easier for you to like mix and match your outfits. I would avoid like super bright colored ones. I just think they look a little bit loud, and if you want your outfits to look more seamless, I have these Ryka walking shoes. They're fully white and they're so comfortable. They do have a more athletic look, but these would be kind of like a style that you could wear if you insist on wearing more of like a lightweight walking workout shoe. I love these. Another style to bring on your trip is a sandal, one that is super comfortable that you can wear over and over again. I of course like wearing more neutral colored sandals because I can mix and match all of my outfits. This is for those who are traveling during the hot summer month. In spring and fall, maybe not so much. I actually did go on a trip to Italy in April and I wore Birkenstocks, and I did not bring any white sneakers, and I don't think anyone was wearing sandals. So I definitely kind of wasn't fitting in because it was a little bit too cold. So if you are going in spring, maybe you don't even have to bring a pair of sandals, but for summertime, yes, I love bringing sandals. I love wearing my Birkenstock Arizona sandals. I find that they're very comfortable, very chic, and again, I could really walk in them everywhere. I've climbed mountains in them. I love them. But also, if you're looking for an easy slide on sandal, make sure that they're very comfortable. Again, there's lots of cobblestones. Or another great style that you can wear during the day is a style that has any backing. That's just going to ensure that the sandal is going to stay on your foot and not slip off. So these are kind of some styles I would consider to be bringing for any trip to Italy. And next up, consider bringing like a dressy flat. If you want to kind of dress up for the evening time, you could consider bringing one of these. So if you are traveling to like cities, I don't think you necessarily have to wear like a dressy flat, because if you're going to a more casual establishment, you can totally go in what you're wearing for the daytime. But if you are going to like maybe like a Michelin kind of style restaurant, something a bit dressier, maybe consider bringing a dressy flat. I don't really recommend bringing heels to Italy. Like, it is just really hard to walk in. If you do want to bring a heel, make sure it's a block style so you have a bigger surface area of where your heel is going, because I'm telling you, I have seen people fall in front of my face when traveling to Italy. So don't fall, please. It's really uneven, like for real. Even in Rome, I was like, wow, this is like pretty crazy. It's like not flat one bit. So definitely consider wearing more of like a flat style shoe for the evening time. And if you are going in late fall, winter, early spring, instead of sandals, consider bringing like a loafer style or a boot, just because it is a bit cooler. I would say the temperatures in wintertime can range from like 40 to 50 degrees. So not super freezing, but again, not warm enough to wear any kind of open toe shoes. Now let's talk about fashion. What are we wearing in Italy or the city? So if I had to describe the styles of what people wear to major cities like Florence, Rome, Venice, I would say it's very classic and comfortable. You won't see the Italians wearing much like athleisure, leggings, like sports bras and things like that. Everything is just a little bit more tailored and stylish. I'm not saying that you can't wear a t-shirt. I think t-shirts are fantastic. In fact, I love this like jersey style t-shirt from Amazon. I wore this on my trip to Rome. It was perfect. It's lightweight. It's like moisture wicking. It looks so cute with all kinds of bottoms. The style in Italy is just very casual, but still polished and put together. I also think bringing in the color palette of the city that you're going to into your outfits is really fun. So I think Rome has lots of beautiful kind of warm tone colors. So for my outfits, I did a lot of neutral colors, and that's easier too because you can mix and match your tops and bottoms together and kind of just create a more capsule wardrobe. And of course, with any trip, I would just wear what you feel the most comfortable in. For more neutral colors, tailored pieces, and just very much basic styles, I would leave like the sportswear, the short shorts at home. And now I'm actually starting to pack for my trip to Italy this year. And one thing that I always bring for a summer trip is linen, lots of it. I feel like linen is like the unofficial fabric of Italy. In fact, once you land in Italy, you're gonna find so much linen shops, like you're gonna just want to be buying all of it up. So I would pack definitely some linen items. That could be a long sleeve linen shirt, a linen cover up, a linen short sleeve shirt, some shorts, some pants, and basically you can kind of mix and match all of those things and have a full capsule wardrobe. Of course, you could opt for some linen dresses. Linen is perfect because in summer in Italy, it is so hot, you guys. It is so hot. There is no wind. It just feels hot everywhere. So you're going to want to feel a little bit more breezy. And I think linen is the perfect fabric for that. And this also applies for the guys as well. A long sleeve linen top will do you wonders along with some linen trousers, and you're going to be set for your trip. And if you're looking to pick up some linen pieces, I always love Quince. They have fantastic finds for women and men. Of course, J.Crew and Amazon has some really great pieces as well for linen looks. So I will leave some linked down below. Next thing to pack is just casual dresses. When I went to Rome with my mom, I loved wearing these like casual dresses. I feel like they were dressy and they were just really comfortable to wear. Plus you can dress them up or dress them down depending on when you're wearing them. So for evening time, you can kind of accessorize with some earrings and a necklace. And then for the daytime, you can just wear your daytime bag and be ready to go out the door. I also love dresses for vacation because you don't have to really worry about mixing and matching tops and bottoms. So if you bring like 3 casual dresses, you can really wear them so much. And these are perfect to wear in any city or any coastal town. If you are traveling to more of a coastal city or town, I think you can have a lot more fun popping in some color. You can kind of take the inspiration from all the beautiful flowers and colorful buildings and wear those colors in your outfits. So city styles, more casual neutral dresses, and then the coast, you could do some pops of color too. But of course, you can wear whatever you want. You can also opt for wearing sets. So I love doing a matching like vest set and a short. I think that looks super fantastic. Or just a matching colored sort of full-on monochrome outfit would be a really cute outfit idea as well. And again, all of these outfits are very just easygoing, not too much, very simple, but also very put together. Now, what's the deal with wearing shorts in Italy? Now, I will say when I was going first in Italy, I was always packing a pair of denim shorts. And after a few trips, I realized, wait a minute, no one's wearing denim shorts. I feel like none of the locals really wear them. It's just not really a thing. And so I swapped out bringing my denim shorts for pull-on linen styles. And firstly, it's way more comfortable, but also I just feel like it blends more with like the neutral kind of simple aesthetic. They don't really show too much skin. I feel like if you wear like bootylicious short shorts, I do personally think that the style in Italy is still a little bit more traditional. So they don't really show too much skin, too much arm, too much chest, especially if you're walking around a city. I would just say opt for a regular like pull-on style short versus like a super short booty short. So I just feel like when you go there, you don't really spot denim. I would also love to know if you ever notice the same, like no one really wears denim shorts. Let me know down below. Now, if you are traveling to Italy and you're just going to coastal towns, this kind of involves a bit of a different packing sort of vibe because you are going to the coast, you are going to be wearing tons of swimsuits and swimsuit cover-ups. You're mostly going to be living in a swimsuit and it's also very hot. So for those trips, obviously pack a swimsuit and swimsuit cover-up. During the day, I usually wear just a swimsuit and a cover-up all day long. So I like to wear like those pull-on linen shorts, a swimsuit, and a cover-up top. And then I can go to lunch in this outfit and then I can take off my cover-up and then go to the beach. And then for evening time, if I am going to a coastal town, I usually do change for evening. So in a city setting, if I'm touring all day in Rome or Florence or Venice, I'm usually out all day and then it can be around 5 p.m. It's like, we don't have to go back to the room necessarily. I can sometimes wait until 7 and then just wear what I'm wearing all day to a dinner if it's not like a super like dressy place. So for the cities, you don't necessarily have to bring like 2 outfits per day. When I'm planning my outfits for a coastal town, I usually do go back and change just because you are so sweaty from being outside all day long. And I just think it's a fun opportunity to just dress up a little bit more for evening time. For that, I like to bring really pretty like sundresses or summer dresses, or I loved this outfit. It was like a full-on black linen outfit, linen pant, and a strapless linen top. I thought that was really cute and just like a bit more dressier kind of vibe for the evening time. And if you are going to a coastal town, be sure to pack water shoes. The sand, aka the rock sand beach, is so hot. It is literally burning your feet, especially in the Amalfi Coast. There is no sand there, okay? It's like very hot rock. So I always pack my water shoes. And when I'm there and I see people with their water shoes, I'm like, they know what's up, because literally every time you're there, you will see people running because it actually just like actually burns your feet. And the craziest thing is that the local people that work on the beach, they don't wear any shoes, okay? And I'm just like, how are they doing that? Like, what does the bottom of their foot look like? I need to see it because it is absolutely insane. So bring your water shoes. I have to protect my feet. They have not built up the callus to handle it. So if you are going to a coastal town, be sure to bring some of those water shoes or like a flip-flop style that you can wear to the water, swim in, and then pop back on, something that can get wet. Now, of course, these are very much summery items. If you are planning a trip to Italy, you're going in fall, winter, or early spring, again, it is a bit cooler. I feel like the weather kind of cools down now in like late October, early November. I've been to Sicily in October on my birthday, October 12th, and it was hot. It was a full-on beach day in October. So if you're in the south and you're going kind of like in fall, it still can be quite hot. So if you are going to a city town, maybe in November through April, I would consider bringing like some jackets, some boots versus some sandals. I've been to Italy in April and I would say it was like 60 degrees, but it was still kind of chilly. So I only brought a leather jacket. I fully packed the wrong things on that trip. So definitely it's not going to be super warm in April. So just always pack a layer jacket and some long pants. So my personal packing mistakes for my trip to Italy, I went in April, like I mentioned. I did not bring any sneakers. Okay. I thought it was going to be, I was feeling the spring vibes and it was so cold. I only packed summer dresses, like short dresses, and one leather jacket, and I was freezing. So that was my mistake. I thought it was going to be warmer than it was. And my shoe choices were just completely wrong. I was wearing full-on sandals and everyone, all the locals were wearing like actual puffer coats. So I definitely stuck out like I was wearing the wrong thing. So I learned the hard way. Definitely check the weather, and it might be seeming cooler than you actually think it is. My first suggestion is always bringing a crossbody bag, especially if you were touring cities. You're going to want to keep your hands free. If you want to go take a photo, you can easily grab your phone, take a picture, and put your phone back into your bag. That's a pro tip. I always am very cautious, especially in cities, to always keep my phone in a place where I know it is, just because you don't want to be a target for any pickpocket action. So I always like to take my photos and always put my phone back where it is. Also look for bags that have a zipper. I think this quince style would be perfect for a trip to Rome, and they have such a cute aesthetic, has a zipper, and you can fit quite a bit in here. So a lightweight kind of crossbody style would be perfect. And if you are going on like more of a coastal trip, I would bring a larger beach bag. I love this one from J. Crew. I'm going this year and I think I'm going to bring the same bag just because it fits so many of my things. It went with all of my outfits and it wasn't too heavy just to carry around. But I've also brought with me like a tote bag from like Land's End, and that was a perfect option too, just because when I actually leave the room to go to the beach, you have to bring your towels, your water shoes, some snacks, your Kindle. I just feel like the beach bag always gets stuffed so many different things. So I like to bring one that's going to be able to handle the weight. And for the evening time, I do like to bring like an evening style clutch. So something that's super flat to pack, just adds a nice elegance elegant touch to your outfits. I was asking my mom like, hey, like any tips? Like what did you learn as your first time going to Italy? And my mom's response was she wished she packed more different bag styles. She only brought one crossbody bag and she felt like it wasn't like dressy enough for evening time. That was her personal tip. And now she like looks for more like clutch styles just because it looks super cute with your outfits and you want to dress up a little bit more for the evening time. And here's some other things to consider to pack for your trip to Italy. First, that would be a hat or a scarf. Even if you are going to the major cities, having a hat is really helpful because it gets so hot. It does help to protect you from the sun. Sometimes there isn't a lot of shade and it's just nice to have a nice hat on. Or I always love bringing a scarf. I love to kind of tie it in my hair as a fun pop to my like summer like swim outfit. And you can also tie it on your bag too, just to have a cute little aesthetic with your scarves. I also love bringing like a foldable visor because you can easily like, strap it on your bag. You could wear it as you lay down on your beach chair and then you could put it away in your bag really quickly. So that one's really cute and it doesn't mess up your hair. So I love a visor. Next up, jewelry and accessories. My mom also mentioned that she wished she brought more jewelry and necklaces just because you can go far with wearing the same things kind of over again, mixing and matching. But if you change up your accessories, add a nice bold necklace, some more bold earrings, it will look a little bit more dressy. So you can really change your day outfit tonight by just adding in a bold earring or necklace, and it really just kind of transforms your entire look without taking too much room in your suitcase. Of course, bringing some sunglasses. Sunglasses always just elevate any look. A travel fan will also do you wonders in Italy just because it'll give you some relief. Again, like I mentioned, it is super hot there. So a travel fan is essential. To always bringing your outlet converters and adapters is super important. And I always like bringing an insulated water bottle to just drink water with me on the go. It stays cool as well. So these are just some like extra things to pack for your trip. And finally, here's some things that you should not wear to Italy. These are the things that you should leave at home that you're not going to see a lot of people wearing. And the first thing is just general like athletic wear. I feel like nothing says you are a tourist than wearing like an Ohio State like t-shirt in Rome. Like it just doesn't go with the vibe. Okay. So I would just leave like your sports shirts at home. I know it could be hard, but you could swap it out for like a white t-shirt. It just looks so put together. I just think it looks cute. Like imagine all the photos you're going to be taking. I feel like this applies to the guys more than the girls though. So maybe if your guy is watching, this is your sign to leave it at home. And my dad would do this. He would wear like a neon shirt. So wear a white shirt, a gray shirt, a black shirt, a striped shirt. I think these look a lot more put together, and imagine all your photos together. You're gonna want to have a cute like aesthetic together. In addition to leggings and like sports bras, like no one's really wearing leggings like in Europe. I'm just saying it's not a thing. In Miami, it's a thing. Everyone wears leggings and sports bras, but in Europe, in Rome, you're gonna be wearing just like regular like linen pants, shorts, and like casual t-shirts versus wearing like full-on legging or like sports shorts or a sports bra. You know, it's just like leave that at home. We're not working out. We are seeing the sights. We are visiting the Colosseum. We need to respect these amazing things that we are seeing. Overly revealing clothing. I just feel like no one's really walking around just like being super revealed. And this was like an article headline that happened over the summer, like Sorrento banning swimsuits. That was the whole thing just because tourists were walking around in just their swimwear with no cover up. So they banned swimsuits. Like that was a thing. Let me know down below if you remember that. So if you are walking around like to the beach, you like have to just wear a cover up. I mean, I just find it a little bit odd walking around a town with just a swimsuit on. And of course, super short like denim shorts. Again, it's just not really a thing that people wear. Opt for pull-on linen styles or lighter weight short styles. Again, you're gonna be way more comfortable anyway in a lightweight pull-on short versus a denim. So it's even more comfortable and I think it just looks really chic. I would also just say avoid like flip-flops if you're not like at the beach or something. If you're like walking around, touring around, I wouldn't recommend just wearing a flip-flop just because the ground's actually really hot and I would protect your feet a little bit more than just a flip-flop. I would wear more of a sandal that has a backing, a thicker kind of sole style, or even just a full-on white sneaker. All right, so there goes some fun tips and ideas on things that you can pack and wear to your trip to Italy. Let me know down below if this video was helpful at all. I hope I kind of steered you in the right direction of what to wear and what to pack for your trip. Think basic, neutral colors, mix and match items, casual dresses, and of course some fun pops of color print. But remember this, just be comfortable and casual and wear what you feel the most comfortable in. As always, with that, let me know down below if you are headed to Italy, where are you going, when are you going, how long. I want to hear all about your trip. So I have other videos on the channel on Italy travel, so if you want to check those out. With that, I hope you guys have a super awesome rest of the day. I'm actually going to start packing for my trip and I will see you in the next one. Bye.